Welcome back to Pecan Creek Farm. We have gone off and gone on an adventure. Here at Pecan Creek Farm, we like Allis Chalmers. We have a lot of their products and we enjoy them. Nostalgic, we just like it. So we picked this little beauty up. This would be an AC Allis Chalmers 5040. This is actually one of our hay customers, elderly gentleman in his 70s, I'd say, older guy, 70s. Been sitting out in his yard for about 13 years. He used it, he had a pecan company, picked pecans with it. Excuse me, shook pecans with it. And we made him a trade for it. And we're gonna see if it'll start. It has not been ran in, I think he said 13, since 9 years. 9 years, it's been ran in 9 years, excuse me, 2013. Last time he actually ran it, the reason he parked it is the steering box went out on it and couldn't find one. I actually have some connections. I think I can locate one. So we're gonna try to fire it up for the first time. We're just gonna see if it'll start and run on ether. There is nothing, I mean, we're not gonna run it for more than 30 seconds. We don't want it to run away on us or anything stupid like that. So we've rigged up a temporary setup. Got a battery on it. It's got 1,000 cranking amps. That ought to get it. All the cords and stuff are rotten and old, so we've made some extensions and whatnot here. We need a screwdriver and jump the starter. We attempted that a minute ago just to make sure that it would actually turn, and it did rotate about a half a turn, so we didn't want to get carried away here and it not do anything. So we're going to actually try to start it on a little bit of ether and see what happens. The chance is trying to clean out the air filter. Anytime you guys do these on your projects on your own, you always want to check the air filter housings first, because insects, rodents, bugs, whatever, get up in here and like to make nests in here, in this area. So everything we had was actually on the outside of the air filter, but it sucked it right in the intake. So we want to make sure that was cleaned out before we even attempted to start it, because it would have sucked it right in the intake of the engine. We would have been screwed. Well, at least we'd have been chasing problems we didn't know we had. So we're blowing out the old air filter just to get it clean and put back in and make sure there was nothing in the hole. We have actually gone in here and cleaned this out, so it is clean now. Chance is going to blow it out with the air gun to make double sure. And then we're going to try to fire it off on a little ether and see what happens. Be right back. Before we try that, I've made a decision here. I think we're going to pull this hose off. This is the intake, just to make sure there's no critters living in here, because the guy said it did run when he parked it. So of course, you know, same old ran when I parked it. But he drove it where it was sitting before he took the steering box off of it, never got it fixed again. So I'm gonna pull this hose off, me and Chance will, and we'll just double check and make sure there's nothing inside that. Okay, as a test of concept here, it hasn't had any oil running through the engine in a minute, so before we just go off and give her the beans here, we're gonna let it run, let the oil pump at least cycle some oil. Have to hit it with a hammer. It was just spinning. Okay, that's just so we got some oil moving around in there.
That sounds good.
Sounds real good. All right, let's shoot a little ether in it and see what happens.
We got some juice.
We're gonna go for the small snort.
Ready?
She's a crack horse, she needs a hit. All right, let me crank on it and then you spray. Hang on, the starter didn't hit.
I think maybe you're touching that.
I'm not, the starter's timing out. Here we go. Keep running when it's running. Here we go. You keep feeding it ether. Go. Holy crap, man. Look, like this. Lock it. That way it can't pop out on you. Go for it. Yep. Keep going. Should run in a minute.
Dang it, sorry.
Keep it cranking. Yeah, keep it cranking. Come on. It's trying to start. It is trying to run. The starter kicks out once it starts.
There it goes. There it goes.
Oh, the heck?
And she runs. And it doesn't even smoke that bad.
Awesome.